everybody, how's it going? This is Jake with Mind Over Mind, and today I'm going to be reviewing the very first of a series of LEGO Star Wars reviews centered around the Force Awakens sets that just came out, and we're going to start off this review series with Poe's X-Wing Fighter. Without further ado, let's begin. Alright you guys, and here's the set fully assembled Poe's X-Wing Starfighter. Comes with 3 minifigures, but if you wanted to include the droid BB-8, then it technically comes with 4 figures that you can mess around and play with and take on adventures with this set. So let's go ahead and look at the box before we get too in-depth with this set. Let's go ahead and pull that out right now. And here's the box in all of its glory, and as it proudly presents, this is for ages 8 through 14. It is set number 75102. Poe's X-Wing Fighter is the official name for the set, and it comes with 717 pieces. If we go ahead and flip on the back, it shows a lot of really cool stuff. The blueprints, that's a very nice addition, and this big box that's full of all the weapons that this set contains. It also shows a clip of it in mid action when it's fighting, and it looks like a land to air assault mission or air to land. It doesn't really matter. And then it has the set right here in a hangar, which is really cool, and it shows all of the functions right along the bottom. Of course, we will get into the set and all the functions, but I just wanted to point out the cool features of the box. First off, as I said before, it comes with 4 figures. The first one, BB-8. Second one, Poe Dameron, which is, of course, one of the stars of Star Wars Episode 7. And then there's a random Resistance X-Wing pilot, his official title, so I'm assuming he's just going to be one of the background pilots that flies along with Dameron in his adventures. Then we get the Resistance ground crew. It looks lizard-like in my opinion, and it just gives the appearance of like a reptilian figure. It has those 2 nostrils and the eyes, and it just really looks like something that's out of the Star Wars universe, and it works. I really like the helmet design of these kind of Generation 2, or I guess Generation 3 Star Wars figures. It's all one mold, of course, but there is that yellow translucent piece that kind of covers his eyes, which you obviously can see in the trailers. I really like the design on that. I really like the decision they made to kind of add that secondary piece within the piece. And it really gives a lot of detail, and I really like the character a lot, the character design as a whole. Of course, this pretty much has the same exact body print and all of that, nothing too different, except it does have a white helmet, this Resistance X-Wing pilot. He has the same gun and everything like that, so it doesn't really stand out too much. Then of course there's the B-88 or BB-8 droid. Really like him a lot. I didn't expect for there to be a place to put him on right at the bottom. Of course, I didn't really look at the box too closely, but it kind of surprised me to see that he has a place for a stud to fit in, which makes sense in the grand scheme of things. I mean, he is a Lego piece, and you want to apply him to different Lego sets, and that's just the best way to do that. Of course, it does come with this shuttle, which is included in the set. It is just for shuttling around supplies. It of course has those clear pieces on the bottom to give the appearance of it levitating off the ground, and it has this ladder to easily climb into the X-Wing, and I'll be displaying that in action right now actually. And of course here is the X-Wing fighter with the ladder kind of connected to it so that Poe can easily climb into the cockpit with BB-8 in the slot for the droid, and also the little levitation car that takes supplies to and from the X-Wing itself. So looking at the X-Wing, there are a lot of really cool things about it that I really like. And the first thing I want to mention is the color scheme. Although it is quite a departure from the original color scheme, usually like a white and red or white and blue, this black and orange really sets the tone for the new Star Wars Resistance Squad. I have seen trailers, and of course the extended TV spot, or whatever you want to call it, is on YouTube. And it's been up there for a while, and you see Poe flying one of the white X-Wings. So it kind of makes me wonder where this one comes from and how it comes to play story-wise and everything like that. But let's go ahead and get into the functions. First off, of course, there's the landing gear function at the very bottom. Of course, it folds up right into the nose of the fighter itself. and it's just there for clever storage. It just sits right up there. So of course, when the landing gear folds up, it's ready for liftoff. And of course, the wings are one of the key features of the X-Wing. They always have been. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at the wing function. So of course, Poe is ready to take off. All you gotta do is fold this little knob, and the wings go ahead and separate like that. Very cool, very unique. Of course, this function is due to the rubber bands at the back of the fighter, which holds the wings in place when they're together, but it also gives a lot of tension when they're apart, which is very nice. It feels very solid. I like that a lot. And of course, to fold them back, all you gotta do is turn that knob once more, and there you go. The X-Wing fighter is in landing position. Now, of course, the X-Wing fighter has a few different ways to attack and defend itself. The first being these spring-loaded laser launcher type things. Basically, you just press down or up depending on what side the laser's on, and it just shoots out there. I mean, this thing has a lot of force. I actually, before filming this, I shot off a few rounds, and one just flew, and I have no idea where it went. So the set fortunately does come with 2 extra rounds of ammunition for this feature, but just be careful where these go, because after you shoot it off and you lose it, you never know when it may turn up again. It could be years later when you're moving out of your house, but I will have to look down and hunt it down. But until then, just be really careful with these things, guys. They're really cool, but it just makes sure you track them down right away. Now, the other form of ammunition that the X-Wing fighter has is, of course, the stud launchers. These new additions, I actually haven't seen these before in LEGO sets, but basically you press down on the back and it kind of shoots the stud like a laser bolt, just like these things. So if I go ahead and shoot it against my background, you should be able to see where the trajectory of this thing is. So I'm going to go ahead and press that down, and it just rolled right back down. I mean, these things are cool. They're very innovative, and I do like this addition. I feel like it really adds to the set, and although it is a small feature, it's something that, you know, gives it more character and personality overall. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and look in the cockpit of the X-Wing fighter, and basically if we pull Poe out, we can see that there is a place for his gun to go. So if he wants to store that while he's taking a ride in his X-Wing fighter, you just pop that right in there, and he is good to go to take over the controls. Speaking of controls, there is a little bit of a sticker that shows him where he's navigating and such, and it goes right in here. That sticker is, of course, connected to a 1x2 flat piece, and it just, you know, plops right down in there, and it gives him something to look at, which is a nice touch. He also has a joystick, a single joystick, if you can see in there. Basically, he takes control of that, as we've seen in the trailers. I just like the subtle details that they add to the set, and it goes a long way. The cockpit also has a print on it as well, which gives even more detail. Really, really appreciated. Okay, so BB-8. All you gotta do is, there is one singular stud right inside there. You just go ahead and plop him down on it, and because of the shape of the contraption that holds him, he just kind of slides right in there, and he doesn't really miss that stud that keeps him in place. Now, the only thing that I don't like about this design is that if you have an old school R2-D2 unit, it won't necessarily fit. And by necessarily, I mean not at all. You can kind of slant him in there like that, but he has no stability. There's nothing to hold him in, and because of the way that the vessel is shaped, and specifically the containment portion right here, it's just not shaped for poor R2 to kind of rest in there. So this thing is only for BB-8, and I wonder if we're going to see BB-8 actually inside of Poe's X-Wing fighter as he's taking on the TIE fighters in the movie. We're going to have to be patient and see. Well, that's about it for this LEGO review. Do you like this set? Do you want this set? Do you hate it? Let me know in the comments below. I actually will be selling this set on eBay, so the eBay link to the posting will be on display in the description below. Anyways, this has been Jake with Mind Over Mind, and I'll be bringing you more Star Wars The Force Awakens LEGO reviews in the future to come. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.